Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Aladdin Saddam says, been waiting on your commentary, family. What's good, man? I'm back in here. I'm back in there. It's been a month, man, since I made a video. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to pop up, man, and talk about a few of these heavyweight topics that's been going on in the last month. Obviously, I haven't been making no videos, but most of you guys are subscribed to a lot of the same. We're subscribed to a lot of the same channels, so you've been seeing me leave comments here and there. Been busy over the last month. Summer break just started for my kids, and I got four of them, so a lot of family activities and on my own business. So just been busy, man. But I have been doing a lot of listening because I do a lot of driving. So I have been doing a lot of listening, watching, still watching the fights. You know, what I mean, I've been out of the loop as far as making content, but I'm still listening and seeing what's going on. What's good, everybody? I'm seeing a lot of people, man. I appreciate this love, man. I'm seeing a lot of people show up. Um, all right, man. So just a lot of stuff I want to address, man. A lot of stuff been going on. One thing I want to address was something that it was in the that I always see in the comment section, and I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff, man. Not just Joshua and Wilder. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. Travis Kaufman, his fight against Alexander Scott, Junior Foz coming back, Jennings versus Dimitrenko, Parker versus Whyte, Miller Pulev situation. A lot of stuff I want to talk about, man. But one thing that I keep having this discussion with a lot of fans is the whole, well, why didn't Wilder fight Klitschko for unification? Why all of a sudden he want to fight for unification now? He wasn't pushing for it when he won the title. He ducked Klitschko. Shelly Finkel came out, and said that he's not going to rush Wilder. And I'm like, yeah, he did say that. Shelly Finkel did say that, but you got to put things in its proper context, man, and look at the timeline. So for those of you that probably don't know the timeline and just going off of, well, Shelly Finkel said this. All right, fellas. Now, in all fairness, man, let's go over this timeline together, okay? So, and at the end, I'm gonna read comments, and you guys tell me what I'm missing and where I'm being biased at. All right? Not that that even matters because we're all biased to some degree, but just listen to me, y'all. November 2014, Vladimir Klitschko, Bryant Jennings started negotiating. Okay, November of 2014. Okay, January 17th, Deontay Wilder dethrones Stavern. Am I correct so far, or am I missing? It was January 17th, right? Wilder dethroned Stavern, right? Okay. Lawrence Williams says yes. Okay. All right. January 20th, Klitschko versus Jennings made official. So let's just stop for a second. So did he duck him in those 3 days of fucking winning the title? Did he duck him in those 3 days? Oh, okay. Let's go a step further, okay? January 25th is when that article came out of Finkel saying that he's not going to rush Wilder. That's what he said. Wilder didn't say I need 7 more fights or 8. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Finkel did say it. Okay, that's a fact. January 25th, he did come out and say that. Okay, bet. All right, so April 25th, Vladimir Klitschko beats Bryant Jennings in NYC. He beat him at the Garden, correct? April 25th, right? If you guys go on YouTube, the post-fight presser, there's a YouTube channel called Boxing News Online. Boxing News Online. The title of the video, and you can watch the presser for yourself. So this presser was the night, after he beat Jennings, but the video was released April 26th, okay? Boxing News Online. The title is Vladimir Klitschko wants to fight Wilder, but Tyson Fury is up next. Did he duck him right there? Was he ducking him right there? That's what Vladimir Klitschko said. Now, to fill some of this in, I was upset with Wilder when he first won it, because when he first won, now let's rewind. When he first won that title, he was a New Jack title holder. You know what I mean? Because his brother vacated, then Stavern won it, and then Wilder beat Stavern. At that time, we all of us in 2014, early 2015, looked at Vladimir Klitschko as the man, right? 2014, I believe, the end of that year, I believe that's when he sparked Pulev, somewhere middle to ending. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was 2014. He looked spectacular. The Jennings fight is when I kind of looked at Klitschko, and I remember my post-fight video. I was like, man, Klitschko looked kind of haggard in that fight. Whoever he fights next, whether it's Wilder, so whoever it is, I don't know, man. Jennings was able to put up that high guard and kind of press him backwards a little bit. And going into that fight, I remember my prediction video was Klitschko by decapitation. I thought he was going to destroy Brian Jennings. I just thought Klitschko was just head and shoulders above everybody. Until that Jennings fight, I was like, man, he's looking kind of haggard these days, man. Fury might have a chance. I'm a favor Vlad, but I don't know. That's what my thoughts. So where in the hell did he have time to duck a unification? And okay, let me get back to my point. Now, I was upset with Wilder when Wilder had came out with a remember, an article came out where he was saying, I'll fight Vladimir, but it has to be in America. That's when I was like, hold on, let's pump brakes, bro. Like, you just won that title, man. And Vladimir Klitschko is a reigning unified champ for 10 years, whatever it was. I thought that was kind of like, but that didn't mean I don't want the fight. I'm ducking. They never even had time to even start talking about a fight. Vladimir Klitschko immediately after he beat Jennings said he wants Tyson Fury. Then he said that me and Wilder can meet up later going into 2016. Look, man, Wilder won his title and Klitschko lost his iron fist on the division all within like a 10-month span. Where in the hell did he have time to duck him? Where? Man, and these are facts, man. Like, I'm not making nothing up. I just don't know where he ducked it, man. And then remember, after Wilder won that title, what was the big thing? Povetkin needs his title shot. I was making videos. A lot of us making videos, but especially me. It was all about Wilder Povetkin. Then I thought that back then when everything was taking place, I thought Wilder and Povetkin were doing a lot of scheduling around each other to where they couldn't make that fight. Because I know Wilder went on to fight Molina, and then he fought Dubois. And then it was, okay, the Povetkin fight should be, I remember they kept trying to make that fight at the end of the year of that 2015. And I know Povetkin ended up fighting, I kind of go off memory. I know he fought Perez and he fought Whyte, right? Yeah, I think he stopped walking at 12. I think they stopped the fight somewhere in there. I kind of forget, man. But I know he fought Perez. He sparked Perez, and then he went in there with Whyte. And then it was like, all right, the fight's going to happen at the beginning of January or the beginning of 2016. And then Wilder ended up taking Spilka. Then remember the fight was scheduled, I think, for May of 2016. And we know what happened with Povetkin and Wilder, all right? So where in the hell did he have time to duck a Klitschko unification? Please, maybe somebody in the comments can tell me, man. Again, now let's go over it one more time. I see people are just showing up. I'm just talking about, I've been going back and forth with a lot of fans in the comment section about why did Wilder, according to a lot of fans, duck the Klitschko unification. And my question is, when in the hell did he duck that? When? Jennings Klitschko started negotiating in November 2014. They made their fight official January 20th. Literally 3 days after Wilder dethroned Stavern on January 17th. January 25th is when Finkel came out with the article saying that he's not going to rush Wilder. That was Finkel saying that. Wilder didn't say anything about that. Only thing Wilder said that kind of made me scratch my head was the fight has to be here in the U.S. when I was like, man, shit, Klitschko's the reigning champ. You know what I mean? Although Klitschko did beat Jennings in the Garden, I didn't see why he wouldn't want to come over here, but I just thought it was kind of weird for Deontay just to try to call shots immediately, only being literally just winning the title, you know what I mean? But where did he duck when Klitschko in the fucking post-fight presser after he beat Jennings on April 25th said he wants to fight Wilder, but Tyson Fury is up next. That's what he said April 25th of 2015. And then he went on the fight where they scheduled the fight. They made their fight official on July 25th, the fight that was scheduled for October, and then the fight got canceled. Remember, Fury came to the presser as Batman and all that, and then the fight got rescheduled for November of that year. So where did he have time to duck anything? All this shit, Wilder winning the title and Klitschko losing, all happened within a 10-month span. I don't get it, man. Let me just read what y'all got to say real quick, and then I'm going to move on to other heavyweight stuff I want to talk about, man. I'll touch on some other stuff. I see Blood Boxing in the house. What's good, Blood? And Blood, man, we going to hook up for that series, man. As you see, bro, I haven't uploaded in like 5 weeks, yo. So just been busy. But I'm gonna carve out some time, man. Always can make time to do a one of those fire collabs with Blood when it comes to talking about this heavyweight thing, man. What's good to everybody in the chat? Ronald Finkley, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that super chat. Damn, it's a lot of comments, man. Yo, let me just keep doing what I do. I appreciate everybody in the comment section. I'm trying to see if anybody's gonna debunk what I had to say about this. He ducked the unification. Man, I don't even know when he had time to even duck anything. If you go back and look, all this shit is documented. I'm not making nothing up, man. That's why when some people give me their timelines, I'm like, dude, did you just start watching this shit after well, you know, your favorite heavyweight won his title or something? Because I don't know where the hell you're getting your timeline from. I don't know, man. People just make up their own timeline. I don't know. You can't just make up your own timeline, yo. Fanon was good. Where I've been chilling, man. I've been in the cut. I've been in the cut, man. For those of you that's really privy with my channel, you know that, man, I'll fuck around and take 2.5 years off and come back out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, I just need a break from YouTube, man. Just dealing with trolls, and it's really more of the family life, though. You know what I mean? So this is a hobby of mine, man. I love doing this. So I'm always watching. I'm always listening, man. I'm always listening. Always. Haplotype. Hey, you guys go check out Haplotype Zero's vid he did, man. Well, check out everybody that got channels on here. Fanon International, Blood Boxing. But Haplotype did a vid about a record that Tommy Burns, I believe it's Tommy Burns. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Tommy Burns? He holds the record for the most consecutive knockout heavyweight title defenses. And Wilder's approaching that record. You know what I mean? And this record's like over 100 years old, man. So, and it's funny that Tommy, you know, it's a good video, man. Check the video out. You know, I've never really thought about that record. You know what I mean? But hey, man, like it or not, whether you think he fought bums or not, it is what it is, man. It's a record that's Wilder's approaching, and I think it's a record that he can definitely beat. You know what I mean? Appreciate all the super chats, man. Blood Boxing returns. DOG215 was good. Yes, I'm still salty about them Eagles beating the Vikings in the playoffs. I ain't gonna let that down. All right, now let me talk about so yeah, man, I see nobody debunk what I had to say about this him ducking a unification with Vladimir Klitschko. I just don't know where people are getting their timelines from, but it is what it is, man. I already knew the answer to that shit anyways. But Kaufman versus the Scott or Alexander, I thought that was a good fight. Both of them guys dropped each other. It was a good entertaining fight. Junior Fa is going to be back as a prospect. I like him. I want to see what he does. Jennings versus Dimitrenko. Also got into it with somebody about this on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, but in the chat, it's like sometimes people take my insight and they just take it over the top sometimes. You know what I mean? But do I think Jennings versus Dimitrenko is a great fight? No. But do I think it's intriguing? Yes. Why? Because Dimitrenko, he's still 6'8", 250 pounds, man. He hits you with a damn right hand, you can possibly go to sleep. Now, was he rolling around the ring like a fish out of water against Parker? And it looked fake, in my opinion. Although Parker did hit him with a good body shot. Some people, extreme, thought that Parker should have been disqualified. I didn't think that. I thought Dimitrenko was trying to look for a nice, soft spot on the canvas to get his pillow and blanket and lay down. I really thought that. Even in the Pulev fight, I thought he quit in that fight. All right, so, but the argument I had with the person was, I said in recent years, his best win was against Adrian Granat, and the dude got, Adrian Granat ain't shit, trying to hype up. I was like, no, I'm not trying to hype anything up. Adrian Granat was a undefeated prospect who got praise from the Klitschko camp and the Povetkin camp as far as coming into train with them and spar with them. And that was supposed to be his coming out party, was supposed to be against Dimitrenko. And he ended up getting blitzed in the first round. And Granat has went on and lost another fight against Otto Wallen, another Swedish heavyweight prospect. I thought those guys should have fought when they're both undefeated, man. That's why I always say, and this is my problem with the AJ and Wilder thing. We can't just assume that some shit's going to be available, man. We have to quit thinking that. Oh, it can take place. Dude, you never know what's going to happen in the next fight or two. Stop, man. We need to stop thinking like that, man. Like shit's like life ain't even guaranteed, let alone a damn boxing match. We supposed to be adults here, man. We know life ain't guaranteed, man. Let alone a damn boxing match, man. When dudes are throwing, you know what I mean? When you got 250-pound dudes throwing leather at each other, trying to hit each other's chin. You know what I'm saying? Can't think like that, man. But anyways, that was supposed to be his coming out party. So being that that was supposed to be Granat's coming out party, Dimitrenko was an underdog going into a fight. He beat a guy that was favored to beat him. So therefore, that's one of his better wins over the last few years. That's a fact. Now you can think Granat's garbage and he's sorry and quit hyping him and he's Euro trash. Okay, well that's your opinion, man. But the fact remains that still Dimitrenko's one of his better wins over the last few years. Or let me guess, it was Ivica Perkovic, right? Um, Saturgic, right? Or whatever other obscure journeyman he fought. You know what I mean? Now, is this a fight that Jennings supposed to win? Of course. Of course. Both of these guys' losses have been to world-class fighters. Joseph Parker, Pulev. People say, oh, he lost to Chambers. Yeah, man, but Chambers was a good fighter, man. Smaller guy, but he's a good fighter. A guy that small, you know what I mean, to have the success that he did have at the heavyweight division, to me, is pretty impressive. Because I thought Chambers should have been a cruiser. You know what I mean? But uh and Dimitrenko, he beat Rob Cannon. Rob Cannon lost to Caballel. And I thought that Dimitrenko was looking for a way out in that fight with Rob Cannon. I thought Rob Cannon should have won that fight. But that was a wild ass fight though, man. A lot of fouling and falling, and man, Dimitrenko gets into just acting jobs, man. Like he's trying to win an Academy Award or something sometimes when I watch him. Hey, you guys remember when Dimitrenko came out with that video calling out Wilder? If y'all ain't never seen that video, go type in Dimitrenko calls out Deontay Wilder. It's a funny video, came out like a few years ago, man. But yeah, Jennings should win the fight. And something else that people kind of scratch their head when I say this is, you know, one of the guys that I would like to see Wilder fight is Jennings. There's some built-in animosity there between them. Go look at any Brian Jennings video. He really doesn't think much of Deontay Wilder. And, hey, he's another heavyweight trying to compete, man. So he doesn't have to, you know what I mean? But there's some built-in animosity there. And remember, guys, once upon a time, 2013-14, guys, remember, man, the top two heavyweights, actually, the telecast of Jennings versus, what's my man's name? Andre Fedosov. I remember BJ Flores and that announcer crew were saying that Jennings is the top American heavyweight. At that time, he fought Fedosov. I think that was 13 or 14. And Wilder was up there too, but people were looking at, including myself, I'm not going to lie, at that time, I had Jennings ahead of Wilder because Jennings was just fighting, I thought, better competition early on. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to lie, man. Like I always say on here, I'm not going to front and lie. Wilder grew on me. You know what I mean? I actually favored Stavern to beat Wilder in the first fight. I know you guys probably look at that and say, what the fuck you on? But look, man, I didn't think Wilder had a back foot game. I didn't. Everything I saw of him in his fights pre Stavern 1 was him either fighting you at a good range or coming forward. It was nothing really about the back foot. He wasn't turning and throwing check left hooks like he was in that fight. I didn't think he had it in him. I didn't. So props to him for not showing us everything so early. You know what I mean? But Wilder has grown on me as a fan. You know what I mean? So I'll also favor Malik Scott over him. I know these predictions sound crazy, man, but that's why I always say awkwardness sometimes can overcome the guy that has a superior skill set. Malik Scott has a superior skill set. You can say he doesn't have heart, or he lost to this guy, or he quit against Chisora, or you thought the Wilder and Scott fight was fake. Okay, I'm talking about their skill set as far as their footwork, their hand placement, combinations, rolling, ducking. Like he has a great base, man. Malik Scott, to me, could be a great trainer. As far as training guys, I don't know how he'll work in the corner, but as far as training guys in the gym, as far as technique and fundamentals, to me, Malik Scott's a good, fundamentally sound fighter. As far as so that's just my opinion. I know some of you all know he's not. Okay, that's it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So Jennings and Wilder's a fight I would still like to see. but he got to get past Dimitrenko, and I think Top Rank can easily make Jennings versus Ruiz Jr. I'm still scratching my head as to why that fight isn't made. That fight should be easy to make. I know Ruiz Jr. being more active, you know what I mean. So we'd like to see that fight, but hey, man, Jennings versus Dimitrenko is a lot better than Jennings versus Hainsworth and Jennings versus who else did he fight? Daniel Martz and all that type of shit, man. So this is a higher step up than those guys, much higher. You know what I mean? But then after this, there should be some type of title eliminator going on. Martin versus Kaunowski, that's another fight. I'm hearing that's going to be on Garcia versus Porter. Let me get something to drink real quick. Here that's going to be on Jennings versus not Jennings, but Porter versus Garcia. I like it. I like it. Finally, Martin is fighting somebody noteworthy because he has had a few comeback fights. Some people didn't even know there are some fans out there that don't even know that he has had a fight or fights since the AJ fight. That's how obscure his journeymen have been that he's fought. Now, a heavyweight nerd like me, I know the journeyman, you know what I mean? But 99% of people don't know who the hell these journeymans are, you know what I mean? So it's good to see him back in a meaningful fight. And it's good to see Kaunowski keep pushing his career forward, man. You know what I mean? Kaunowski's doing the right thing. He's fighting guys that former title holders like Martin and guys who have fought for titles, Spilka. You know what I mean? So good fight, man. It's kind of a crossroads fight. Martin's trying to get back to where he thinks he belongs, walking the earth, walking the earth like a god. And then you got Kaunowski, this all-American bloodbath type of fighter, man. Comes forward, high guard. I mean, I hope the betting lines in Vegas, we can bet on over under when Kaunowski will start bleeding. 2 rounds, over under. I say under. I think one good shot to the nose, his nose will start bleeding. But he's going to keep coming forward. He's going to dig to the body. He's a good body puncher, man. He's going to dig to the body. He's going to throw overhands. He's going to press the shit out of Charles Martin. He's going to press the hell out of him. To Charles Martin credit, I have seen him at the Crunk. He's been training and getting good sparring in and traveling all over the United States, getting good sparring in. So he has taken it a lot more serious than he seemed as if he was taking it a few months after his loss to AJ, where a lot of us thought that he was wilding out on his social media accounts. But, you know, that's his life. You know what I mean? But as far as from a fighter's point of view, it looks as if he's taking a little bit more serious now. He's posting a lot of stuff of him training and things of that nature. But it's gonna be, man, I'm curious how this fight's gonna go. You know what I mean? I'm curious, man, because Martin, I think, is at his best when he is coming forward and is being aggressive, and he can counter you with that left hand. Will Kaunowski give him the room and opportunity to fight that type of fight? Will he press him and get him against the ropes, make Martin fight against the rope? Man, it's just going to be a good fight. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that one. Parker versus Whyte. I like the fight. I know a lot of fans want to see Whyte versus Ortiz. I like to see that fight too. But trust me when I say this, y'all. These are the fights we want. Now, I know some of you may want to see him fight Ortiz, and he's ducking Ortiz. Why ain't he fighting Ortiz? That's fair enough, you know, if that's what you believe. But Whyte and Parker that's not a bad fight, because these dudes could easily. I mean, Parker can easily say, you know what, I'm fighting in New Zealand against fucking Edmund Gerber. You know what I mean, or somebody like that, or Dillian Whyte can say, no, I'm gonna fight Christian Hammer instead. You know, and then we'll really be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? So I think them coming together, making this fight, and then they made it so quickly, and it's going to happen next month. You know what I mean? So this shit about to happen quick. You know what I mean? So this ain't some shit that is going to happen in December or November. This shit happening quick. So to me, if it's happening that quick, and we still got the rest of the other half of the year to go for the winner of this fight, man, I'm all for it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. Sign me up, yo. Sign me up. I'm all for it. Daniel Dubois, Tony Yoka, I seen both of their fights. It was good to see Tom Little actually put up some damn resistance against Dubois. It wasn't just a one-hitter-quitter type of fight. Dubois had to dig a little bit. Dig meaning he had to put together a little bit more offense and combinations and be a little bit more patient. He didn't have to dig necessarily. He's getting pushed on the back foot. He's against the ropes. He's taking 3 or 4. He gets stumbled a little bit. He gets rocked. His nose get but. It wasn't that type of dig. It was more of a, all right, let me settle down and place my shots and be a little bit more strategic in my approach. You know what I mean? It was one of those type of digs. So I like that Little showed more resistance than the other guys who he's fought. Yoka just completely dominated Dave Allen. Now, if you want to argue, oh, it shouldn't have been stopped. He did not. I mean, dude, he was putting hands, feet, elbows, and toes on him, man. Hands, feet, elbows, and toes on him. He was putting hands on Dave Allen. I mean, only negative I can take away from that fight with Yoka is just be a little bit more careful when he is on the inside, putting up the high guard and leaning over. You might fight somebody that's going to rain some uppercuts on you. Nathan Gorman. You know what I mean? That's a fight that I want to see. Dubois versus Gorman. Gorman seems like he's trained by Ricky Hatton, so you know Ricky Hatton will have him working on that them rib shots, right? So I don't know, man. No, that's Dubois. I'm sorry, that's Dubois that's going to fight Gorman. That's the fight that should happen. I'm sorry, but Yoka, if he were to fight somebody like Gorman or anybody that wants to go to the body like that, want to be careful hanging on the inside. But I thought he was doing it to Allen because he knew Allen couldn't. He just didn't respect what he was throwing, and he didn't think the guy can hurt him. You know what I mean? But he was only hanging on the inside for a little bit, and then he pushed him back and used that jab. I like the fact he's using his jab, putting combinations together, and he was using his reach. It was just an easy fight, man. I mean, I like Dave Allen. I know he's tough, and people like to go off. He's tough. He's tough. He's tough. Yeah. You know, but getting punched in the face ain't, is just being a guy that's just known to be tough, just getting punched in the face, man. That's not all cracked up like some of you guys want it to be, man. I mean, you want to put together some wins, but the dude is tough. You know what I mean? But that shit can only take you so far, just being tough. You know what I mean? I wish Dave Allen would have took his career a little bit more slowly, kind of build up his career a little bit, but they threw him in there with the Wolves early, man. He was fighting Ortiz and Dillian Whyte, like damn, they're all back to back, man. Now he's fighting Yoka. Now it's like he's just like the stepping stone guy, gatekeeper type guy at a young age too, man. So I don't know, man. Let me see what y'all talking about in this chat, man. AZ says, who you think Wilder's fighting next, Miller, Brazil, or Konowski? Well, being that Konowski and Martin is, I'm not sure if it's necessarily official. I think they're going to fight Miller. Now, yeah, Miller and Puller. That's something else I want to talk about. Now, hey, man, eventually somebody going to have to go to Bulgaria. That's just what it looks like. Because it don't look like nobody going to beat Pulev in these damn purse bids, yo. Somebody going to have to... Somebody gonna have to go to Bulgaria because he keeps winning these purse bids. Now, I'm not sure what Miller's gonna do. Maybe somebody can leave me some information in the comments section here in the chat if Miller agreed to it or whatever. You know what I mean? But hey, man, people say I'm not talking about just Miller, but a lot of these fighters say they want title shots, right? Oh, all right, cool. But when these title elimination fights are offered to you, man, can't just get, and I'm not saying Miller's doing this, but I'm just talking about in general. Whyte wanted to fight Parker now, you know what I mean? Instead of doing this. I think Parker's a better fight, in my opinion. But if the dude's winning these purse bids, yo, and they're winning, the negotiations where the fight's going to be at, that's where you're going to have to go, whether you like it or not, man, unless you really don't want a IBF title shot. That's on you. You know what I mean? But definitely a fight I want to see. And I'm going to get to your question in a minute about who do I think Wilder's going to fight next. But Pulev, we know he's known for his jab. Again, kind of like Konowski versus Charles Martin in the sense of once you get a pressure fighter pushing you backwards and dig into that body, how effective is that jab going to be? And usually Pulev is using his jab to hurt you too. It's not like a flicking jab where he's trying to flick you and blind you and then come behind it with something. It's like a thudding, hard, stiff jab, and he's going to come behind that with right hands. But Miller has shown that he can move his head. He's not just a damn sit and duck. And he's very nimble, man. He's a very nimble dude to be as big as he is. And his stamina seems outstanding, not just for a guy that big, but just period for a heavyweight. He's pretty much out throwing damn near. I believe he throws the most punches as a heavyweight, or he's up there according to the BoxRec numbers. You know what I mean? He's not going to be intimidated of Pulev in any shape or form. I don't think Pulev would be intimidated him either. I think it's just going to come down to who wants to travel to Bulgaria. As far as who I think Wilder's going to fight next, I think it's going to be Brazil. Brazil's highly rated. There's some, again, like with Jennings, there's some built-in animosity. I know Brazil damn near trying to sue the whole Brazil trying to sue damn near the whole state of Alabama. But I know he's trying to sue Wilder for the incident that allegedly happened in the hotel after the Wilder and Washington fight, and Brazil had a damn good fight that night himself, man. I don't know how he was up for another fight after the fight that fucking him and Israel Gono had. I don't know how he was even up to have the anger and rage to even fight after that shit took place. But whatever allegedly took place, he's trying to sue him for that, man. So I don't know, man. But to me, when motherfucker try to sue you, I would want them in the ring to beat the hell out of him. You know what I mean? I guess Brazil felt as if his honor and pride was hurt, and he feels some sort of way about what took place in front of his family. And who am I to tell a man how he should feel about what took place in front of his people? You know what I mean? So handle this shit in the ring. It's not like Brazil's some unranked, unknown dude that we don't know of. No, he's highly rated by the WBC. He's fought for a world title before. His only loss was to AJ. I thought Mansoor was on his way to beating him, although I thought Mansoor was slowing down. Maybe it was because I'm sure part of it had to do with him biting his damn tongue and swallowing massive amounts of blood, you know what I mean? But I thought Brazil was coming on a little bit just with his overall size and physicality, but I thought Mansoor was piecing him up, though, before he retired on the stool. But yeah, two big dudes in there. One thing about Brazil, whether you don't like him or not, man, Christopher Williams, I'll be sure. But whether you like him or not, he will come to fight, man. He will come to fight. He will come forward, and he will throw some leather. You know what I mean? But I just think he's tailor-made for Deontay Wilder. Not enough head movement, and he's the type of guy that's going to take 2 or 3 to land his one. And Deontay Wilder, you skating on thin ice, man. I think that's an understatement. You're skating on thin ice if you want to play the whole, I'm going to take 2 or 3 before I land my one. That's what Stavern tried to do in their first fight. Put up the high guard, take 2 or 3 to land my one. That's why when he tried that fucking approach in the second fight, this time that take 1 or 2 didn't work. He went to sleep. You know what I mean? So, but that's the style Brazil will bring. But hey, man, if he gets to winging some wild ass right hands and left hooks that Wilder's not expecting, or Wilder doesn't see coming, or they just land flush on him while Wilder's trying to land his shot, man, you don't know what can happen, yo. Like, I know I keep saying that. I know it's a cliche. I know it's a term but you don't know what's going to happen. You got big 6'8", 200. That ain't got nothing to really do with height, but just 200-some pound dudes out there throwing with all their might on somebody's chin. Yeah. But I'm definitely favoring Wilder in that fight. But that's the fight I do think is going to take place. As far as this Wilder and AJ back and forth shit, man, I'm not a believer in Eddie Hearn. Now, let me give you guys some hit. What time is it, Joe? Because, all right, 1-4. I got about 10 minutes. All right. So with Eddie Hearn, here's my thing with Eddie Hearn. I never was like this Eddie Hearn Twitter follower, Instagram follower in 2012, 13, 14. I just wasn't. I knew of the Hearns. I knew of Matchroom. I know about Frank Warren out there. What was the other guy that used to promote Linux that now he's a woman? What's the dude's name? Like, I know about some in the UK, but I never was like a promoter follower like that. It just never appealed to me like that. So I don't know about when he lied 7 years ago. I don't know nothing about that. When I started listening to him was when, all right, now I got to go over the timeline. Okay, so I believe it was like summertime going into fall of 2016. Remember, they were trying to make the Pulev fight. And I believe Eddie Hearn when he was saying that Pulev doesn't want it. Pulev always had something. It was always something with him. Oh no, I'm going to defend my damn, what title was that he had and he vacated, and Caballel ended up winning it. The EBU title. No, I'm going to defend my EBU title, and then I'll take the Joshua fight, or I want to take it as a mandatory and not the second. Man, he always had some fucking excuse, yo. Then he vacated the EBU title and started fighting fucking Kevin Johnson and Samuel Peter and all that shit. He always had something, and then even last summer he had another excuse. You know what I mean? So it was always something with him, man, in my opinion. All right. So I believe Eddie Hearn. Then now if you want to rewind before that, when Hearn was going to make the Dillian Whyte, well, after he made the Dillian Whyte fight, he beat Whyte, and then he beats what's my man's name? Charles Martin. And then they're trying to get together that Molina fight. Or no, they wanted yeah, when the rumors of Klitschko started coming around, I remember fans saying, and it's funny how, and this is why I go back and forth with a lot of UK fans. Not all of you, man, but some of you, man, you guys forget what you say sometimes, man. But a lot of you was coming to my channel saying, no, Mr. Boxing, don't believe Eddie Hearn. He's a snake. He's this, he's that. He's not going to make the Klitschko fight. He's not going to make it. There's no way he's going to put his prized possession in there with the Hall of Famer and all this blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to believe him. Because after the Molina fight, Klitschko came to the ring. They shook hands. They posed. They, smiled and were very nice to each other and complimentary. You know what I mean? All that shit. And people were, UK fans were still coming to my channel. Because a lot of us US fans wasn't really privy to him like that. To if he's lying or not lying. We didn't know. We just like, oh, he's going to fight Klitschko next? Shit, cool. You know what I mean? But a lot of people were like, a lot of UK fans like, no, don't believe him. Then he ends up getting in the ring and beats him. So I was an Eddie Hearn guy as far as like, man, this dude tells the truth. He got him in there with Klitschko. He made it happen when a lot of UK fans thought it wasn't going to happen. So that happens, right? But then when he signed Ortiz, then Ortiz didn't get the fight. Now, I was one of the guys saying, you know what? I'd rather see Ortiz fight Malik Scott and Dave Allen 30 days apart like he did, because he literally had Ortiz fight like 30 days apart. I thought that was great, being that Ortiz came from a situation with Golden Boy where he couldn't even fucking get a fight. I remember the Tony Thompson fight. They had to go search under rocks for an opponent. You know what I mean? But Hearn found a way to get him 2 fights within 30 days. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, Hearn is serious, man. He's trying to get him his little warm-up, or, trying to get him, trying to present him to the UK crowd and match him and all that. And then he's going to get him the Joshua fight. Then Hearn started finagling and, shit started turning into lies, then another lie. Then when it got to this Wilder thing, he'll say something on Monday, and then Tuesday something different. I literally got to the point where I stopped listening to him, yo. I can't listen to him. And it's like everybody's lying on Hearn. Guys like Espinoza and Heyman, all these guys that, especially a guy like Espinoza, why the fuck would he lie on Eddie Hearn? It's in his best interest to make the Joshua Wilder fight for Showtime. That's in his best interest. He wants that fight. He's not trying to. And then Heyman, come on, dude. Heyman has helped Mayweather make damn near, correct me if I'm wrong, man, damn near like $1 billion, man. So to try to say, oh, they need to prove it as if like you're dealing with some New Jacks or something, man. Like Finkel and these dudes are to be respected, man. You don't have to like them, man, but these dudes are to be respected. These are some fucking snot-nosed New Jacks. These ain't janky promoters. Y'all seen that movie with Ice Cube and Mike Epps? These aren't janky promoters, man, or just janky businessmen. Because I guess they're not. Heyman's not a promoter, right? But you guys get what I'm saying, man. These dudes want these big fights. You get what I'm saying? So for all these dudes to all of a sudden now, when it comes to Eddie Hearn, they're liars. But Eddie Hearn said, nah. And then this whole contract, to me, man, and now I'm seeing that, oh no, the contract is still there. Why doesn't Wilder sign it? He lost his pin. All that corny jokes, I guess, man. But to me, man, I thought the thing was for them to fight next. Not next, but next, meaning not Povetkin next, Wilder AJ next, September next. I didn't know you meant April 2019 next. That's not, nigga, that's next. But, and that's where my frustration comes from. I thought it was next. Not next. Come on, man. But, Hamed92 says, send the link. I want to jump on. Look, man, I gotta find a way, because I do these on my phone. So I don't know how to send a link for nobody to drop on my phone app. I don't do these like on a computer or anything. I do this shit on my phone. So I can't even, I know some people want me to throw them some wrenches, get a wrench game going. I don't know how to do it on my phone. I'm like messing with stuff on here while I'm on my phone, seeing if I can do it. I can't. I believe I can only do that option on my computer. Daniel Bob says it's next because Wilder has not found his pin. Wilder ain't found his pin. This shit's not funny, y'all. But silly me, man. I thought he meant like the next fight. That's what I thought. I didn't know he meant for fucking April 2019. Now, Do I want to see the fight 2000 April 19 or never? Of course I want to see it April 2019. But that's where silly me, right? Silly American Yank, right? I thought you meant the fight for fucking September, yo. And then I just watched Blue Blood Sports TV. Shouts out to him. Uh, I know that he wanted it in April because there were no dates for Wembley. This fight has to be in Wembley, right? Now all of a sudden there's an article out. You guys can look it up. Now there's I believe September 22nd and September 29th. I believe it's those 2 days that Wembley's open all of a sudden. Wembley's open now. Get the fuck out of here, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. But yeah, man, I love to bring some of y'all along who has opposing views. Obviously I love doing videos with not necessarily guys that agree with me. You know what I mean? I love to do opposing views, man. It's nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's nothing. I'm not, but uh I just didn't know he meant next. I literally thought he meant the very next fight, yo. So silly me. Why would I think it'd be the very next fight, right? Ebenezer says, so Finkel is an angel that never tells lies. I never said that. I just said that for Hearn, well, shit, is Hearn an angel that never tells lies? I mean, we can both play this game, yo. But to answer your question without answering it with the question, I think Finkel is somebody that is privy to making huge fights. That's a fact. Huge, monumental fights. Not just now. I'll give Hearn his credit for making the AJ Klitschko fight. Okay, that's great. But it wasn't on the level of a Tyson Spinks and all the other fights that Finkel has been a part of, especially when negotiations were tough to make, like when he had to negotiate with Bill Caton and Butch Lewis about the Tyson Spinks situation and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch up on these comments, man. I appreciate the love, y'all. Even if you think I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, that's all good, man. Ronald Finkley, appreciate that. I gotta learn how to do the give y'all wrenches on my phone. I just don't know how to do it, yo. Shady Slim, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. He says, I respectfully disagree, but respect your opinion. That's what's up. Antonio McCray, what's good, man? Clint, what's good? Ronald Finkley, LDBC, salute. Indeed, man. Google Hangouts, Hamad92 says, yeah, man, I gotta figure it out, man. It's a damn shame I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for damn near 10 years. But this type of shit just came out like the last few years though. But I gotta figure out how to do. I always say that, man. But once I'm done with these, I got other shit going on. I don't even look into it. But I really need to look into it because all my live chats will be on my phone. Illis92 says, AJ needs a 24-week training camp to prepare for Wilder. Marlowe's Corner was good, Joe. Mike Biggs was good. Everybody in the house. Hey man, I gotta catch one of them. I gotta definitely catch one of those trivia joints that y'all be doing, man. Last time I went on a trivia joint, I remember for those of you that were around then, y'all remember 2010 when we used to do the Uvo hangouts, remember? All our faces being in a damn box like the damn Brady Bunch. But that setup was cool back in the day though. And we used to talk about a lot of shit. D-style, blood boxing, Carcino, all of us, man. Y'all remember the whole pack from back then, 2009, 2010. But I remember Boxing Socialist. He will be on there doing trivia. And I think I'm pretty good with my boxing knowledge, man. You know what I mean? But man, they start pulling out shit like from 1921 and who was the lightweight champion in 1923 and who was this, and if you do know the answer, who did he successfully beat that year? It was just some shit where you be like, God damn, that shit will humble you. It will humble you. Uh, Mick Joe says, Mr. Boxing, so you really think AJ is a coward? I never said he was a coward. So you're putting words in my mouth now, man. I never said he was a coward, but it damn sure don't seem like he's that he really wants to make this fight. Cause to me, man, look, I strongly believe if you're at this level, cowards don't, how can I put this, man? I think you can act cowardly in certain situations, but overall, do I think he's a coward? No, man. I don't think cowards become unified heavyweight champions. I just don't believe that, Joe. I just don't. But I do think you can act cowardly in certain situations. So if you're asking me, is this motherfucker just an outright coward? Hell no, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. But is he acting very timid in this situation when it comes to Wilder? Yes. In my opinion, yes. The man said, I'm not gonna let you enter the ring because I wanted a signed contract. I'm not all about hype. I don't want to hype. But then goes on and says, let's go, Wilder, let's go. Nigga, that's hyping. Why not get him in the ring and to his face and say, let's go, Wilder, let's go. Do that shit to his face. You just said, I'm not about the hype. But then you're hyping. Come on, man. Do that shit in his face. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. I see y'all going at it in this chat. I don't know who going at it. But hey, man. And that's another thing, man. Sometimes cats be like, you guys are so you US guys are so emotional. It's like, look, when we come on here cool, calm, and collective like this, and we convey our message and be very strategic in what we say, you say we don't have any passion. But then when we get like this to get man, that's passion coming out, man. What the fuck? This ain't we in no motherfucking library talking about man, this is boxing, man. You mean to tell me when y'all in the barbershop, y'all ain't talk like this, or when you at the fight party with your family, y'all ain't chopping it up, talking about each other, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I grew up, man. But y'all be tripping with this whole you guys are so emotional, man. It's just passion. It's just passion, man. You guys are so emotional. It's passion, man. You act like when I turn this off, I go in there and talk to my wife and kids like this. No, the shit stops after this. But when I'm passionate about something, like I was at my son's football games, I'm a parent that's passionate, yo. I'm not sitting there and I have to show my maturity amongst the other adults here to convey my man. Get the fuck, man. Come on, man. I ain't with that robot shit, man. I'm not ESPN. I don't have a suit and tie on where I have to sit there with my hands folded across. And look, I can still be passionate and convey my message just as well as talking like this. So y'all can miss me with that. And I'm really a laid back dude, man, to tell you the truth. I think the most heated I ever got, some of y'all probably remember this video. The video, is it still up? It should be still up. Is when people call themselves trying to come after me when ESPN released the news that Povetkin had failed the test for meldonium going into the for the Wilder situation. I went off. I think that's the most heated video, man. I was pissed off, man. Motherfuckers blame me like I'm the one that made this motherfucker fail a drug test. Right? I think that's probably the most heated I've ever been on YouTube. Somebody says same dummies attacks GGG's resume. Defend Wilder's. I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're whoever, but look, man, GGG, that has nothing to do with the big boys getting it on, man. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no GGG, CCC, BB. I'm talking about the big boys, man. I'm talking about Wilder, AJ thumping. I ain't talking about no GGG. I'm talking about the big boys thumping. That's what I'm talking about. GGG need to be worrying about Canelo. Make sure that dude ain't coming in there looking like the motherfucking Incredible Hulk on fight night. That's what he need to be worried about. See what y'all boys talking about in this chat, man. It's good to be back though, man. A lot of shit I've been wanting to say, but I've been listening though. But y'all, hey man, please go check out the Brother Blood boxing series on the 80s, man. That to me right there, I damn want to say you can't get no better than that, man. I mean, those are classics, yo. Those are some shit that can be on Netflix. Like them is classics, and I definitely want to be a part of that. Blood just got to carve out some time. But y'all go to his channel, even for you guys that don't like him. You know what I mean? Go check out those great videos, man. Great videos. I love the Blood even threw the '80s music in there. The the fucking Miami Vice soundtrack. You know what I mean? But he got the '80 themes in there with the music. Uh, just dope, man. Just all around dope. You know what I mean? You get to see footage of the dripping Jerry curls and some of those Greg Page and uh some of those guys trying to mimic Ali's style, because a lot of those dudes was trying to come in with the Ali rhythm, you know, Biggs and guys like that trying to move and pop the jab and go side to side, trying to mimic Ali a little bit. That's why I thought, and even as great as Larry Holmes was, he even admitted that Ali was somebody looked up to. But that's why when Tyson came in, his impact was so big, not because of the way they were promoting him and just the firepower he was bringing in the ring, but just his style. It kind of broke the mold of the early 80s mimic Ali guys. It was more of a Joe Frazier on 10, you know what I mean? Marciano on 10. Jack Dempsey on, you know what I mean? It was that times 10. You know what I mean? Live and in living color. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate those vids, man. And Holmes, and then Holmes and Foreman, Kurt, I believe the brother's name is Curtis Anderson. Yo, man, I don't think, and you know, I'm just gonna be real with you, man. Maybe toot my own horn here a little bit, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's too many people that I've met, at least online. Now I'm not the oldest guy. I don't remember every damn thing. I'm sure there's guys that are a lot older than me, or maybe even around my age, you know what I mean, that can retain a lot more information and remember things verbatim and things like that. But Curtis Anderson, man, there's only a few guys I can really say that give me a run for my money when it comes to just historical heavyweight talking. He's definitely one of them. There's probably about 15 to 20 guys that I can honestly say give me a run. He's definitely one of them. You know what I mean? I like to hear if he's still here, man. Lawrence Williams, if you still here, you need to make a channel, yo, because Lawrence Williams be remembering everything that I talk about from like the '80s. He'll add his 2 cents or say, yeah, then I remember this when this happened, you know. So Lawrence Williams, if you still here, bro, you need to make a channel, man, or start making some vids, yo. I don't know if he's still here, but if you hear me, man, I'd love to hear your insight, yo, because you remember a lot of shit. And there's another guy, Lionel Witherspoon, I think, that be in the chat. And that's another reason why I've been falling back, man. There's a lot more talent around as far as uploaders. You know what I mean? We can all eat off this YouTube thing. Eat meaning, you know, if you got your AdSense going, and just eat meaning listening to other people sometimes, you know. I don't own the heavyweight division on YouTube, you know what I mean? But I do like that people reference me as the, you know, the guy that talk heavyweights or whatever. I really appreciate that because the shit's true. You know what I mean? I've been doing it for damn near going on 10 years now. But I love hearing other people's opinions, man. We got a lot of new talent. I can't remember everybody's damn YouTube channel off the top, man, but a lot of new channel, lot more female channels that are coming out. Beverly Rose is one of them. Is it Miss Boxing? There's just a lot of new talent out here. Cali Enigma, mixed in with some of us old school cats. Ross Cloud 222, I see in the chat right now, Blood Boxing, so on and so forth. Antonio McCrae, I've seen that you make videos, you know what I mean? So just a lot more stuff, man. A lot more stuff. Blood says we can even take the 90s to your page. Yeah, I read that comment you had left me earlier where you were saying come on your page, finish out the 80s. At least get on one of those years with the 80s, and then we can do the 90s on my page. Thing is, Blood, that's why I haven't really committed to anything with you, bro, because I don't want to commit, and then when it's time to deliver, I ain't around or something popped up or I'm busy. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to I don't want to play you like that, man. So I definitely want to give you lock it in for a specific time and date that I can do it, man. World Breaker Fighting. That's another channel. Shouts out to him. That's another channel. Some more talent as far as YouTube creators on here for y'all to listen to, man. You know what I mean? So since I've been falling back the last month, a lot of guys out here, Blue Blood Sports TV is another guy that's hit the scene, hit the ground running. Phenon International. I know he's been around for like a year and a half now, but he's somebody else that's gained a lot of subscribers. You know, there's a lot of other people out there, man. What time is it, Joe? 2:03. I should have been off this shit 3 minutes ago. But look, great as always. Great as always. I want to see these dudes thump. All right. End of discussion. I want to see these heavyweights thump. Somebody need to get in there with Ortiz. Stop playing games, yo. Stop playing games. If he's old, go in there and treat him like he's old. If he's overrated, go in there and treat him like he's overrated. All right. Until then, I'm sure some news will come out probably when I turn this off. You know what I mean? Let me read one more little comment. Edayimo Ebenezer says, you have the best channel in the US, while I respect Hatman as UK boxing channel. You know, I respect Hatman too. That video, I seen a video he had left today talking about the Wilder Klitschko, and I gave my opinion at the start of this video. So if you didn't hear it, you can listen to the very beginning of this video, and I gave my timeline as far as Klitschko, Wilder, who was ducking who the hell even had time to duck each other when one guy won his title, one guy lost his title literally within 10 months. And I gave my timeline. I think my timeline is very accurate. All right. When you listen, some of you guys just joining, listen to the beginning of the video, listen to my timeline. If I'm off, please leave it in the comment section where I was off. Inform me, man. I love knowledge. I don't know everything, and I know I don't know everything. I know I don't. You know what I mean? Shady Slim says later, bro, but appreciate that. But look, y'all boys be easy, man. We gonna kick it again, all right? I'm gone.